Squirting. Some people experience it and some don't, but does it truly make a difference? I'm Dr. Rena, a urologist and pelvic surgeon, and today we're going to discuss how women feel about squirting. In this video, I'll go over a research study where women share their personal experiences and opinions about squirting. If you're not familiar with squirting, it's the release of fluid from the urethra, also called the urine tube, during sexual excitement or orgasm, and it happens in some women. If that sounds a bit confusing, let's quickly go over some basic female anatomy. The urethra is a small, tube-like structure that carries urine from the bladder to outside the body. Skene's glands are glands found around and below the urethra, and they are similar to a man's prostate. This means that when a fetus develops and is not yet male or female, it can later form either a prostate or Skene's glands. During sexual arousal, the theory suggests that Skene's glands fill with fluid, and then, during orgasm, the pelvic floor muscles tighten and press on the sponge-like tissue around the urethra, which pushes the fluid from those Skene's glands outward. When people talk about squirting, the fluid is usually clear or has no color. The amount can vary. Sometimes it's just a small release, and other times it can be a larger flow. It may be a combination of fluid that is similar to diluted urine, along with fluid coming from the Skene's glands. We know this because scientists have studied samples of this fluid. What they discovered is that it contains something called PSA phosphatase, which is an enzyme that normally comes from the prostate in men and is also present in the Skene's glands in women. It's also important to understand that ejaculation and squirting are believed to be two different processes. Female ejaculation is thought to be a smaller amount of milky-looking fluid released mainly from the Skene's glands. Even though research in this area is still limited, studies suggest that up to 40% of women say they have experienced ejaculation. Because there isn't a lot of scientific research available, much of what people know about this topic often comes from mainstream media, pornography, and other sources. We don't actually have a clear understanding of how people feel about it, so a group of researchers in Sweden decided to study women's experiences more closely. They recruited 28 women who described themselves as people who squirt, and they interviewed them about what they had experienced. From these interviews, researchers found three main themes that appeared across most participants. The first theme was feelings of amazement, pride, and even a sense of having a sexual superpower. Several women described this as a kind of sexual awakening or period of sexual discovery. Some had intentionally tried to learn how to squirt by reading books or attending workshops, and some chose partners who were very interested in helping them experience squirting. Other women realized they had actually squirted before, but never really noticed it until they started paying close attention. Some also felt unique, like they were among a small group who had this ability. The second theme involved feelings of indifference or emotional disconnect from orgasm itself. Some women felt it was somewhat overrated, and a few didn't even realize it had happened until they noticed the sheets were wet. Lastly, some women reported feelings of discomfort or embarrassment. They felt it was messy or inconvenient, and some didn't understand what was happening and thought they might have urinated, which made them feel ashamed. Overall, women's feelings about squirting depended heavily on the individual, including their personal views about sex, how their partners reacted to it, and how accepted sex and squirting were within their culture or society. So the main takeaway is that not everyone sees squirting as something wonderful or incredible. For some, it can feel uncomfortable, while for others it can feel very pleasurable. And sometimes it can even be both depending on the situation. The important thing to understand is that it's completely normal. Some women experience it and some don't. It doesn't automatically mean someone is having a better or worse sexual experience. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to subscribe and share this channel with your friends. As always, remember to take good care of yourself because you truly deserve it.